Hello, math enthusiasts. Welcome to a new deep dive. Building on our previous talk about how partial derivatives measure steepness along a single direction on a 3D surface, we are now ready to see how these changes ripple through a chain of connected functions. Most videos on the chain rule focus on memorizing symbolic formulas that look like fractions canceling out. In this video, we want to show something different, the physical intuition of how sensitivity flows through a system where a tiny nudge at the start is amplified or dampened as it travels to the end. Think of a chain of functions like a sequence of interlocking gears in a machine. Gear 1 turns gear 2, which then turns gear 3. When you click one tooth on the first gear, it forces the next one to move based on their size difference. This mechanical connection is exactly what happens when we feed the output of one function into the input of another. The chain rule is simply the tool we use to track how that first tiny movement at the beginning eventually moves the very last gear in the train. To understand the whole chain, we must first look at a single connection. The local derivative is just the ratio between how much the second gear moves compared to the first. If gear 1 is twice as small as gear 2, then one full turn of the small gear only results in half a turn for the larger one. Imagine this like a conversion rate or a scaling factor. In calculus, we call this the derivative of function b with respect to function a, representing the instantaneous sensitivity of the second stage to the first. Now, let us watch the ripple effect across the entire train. Suppose the first gear moves the second gear with a ratio of 3:1, meaning the second gear turns 3 times faster. Then, suppose the second gear moves the third gear with a ratio of 2:1. If we nudge the first gear, that change is first tripled, and then that tripled change is doubled. By the time the signal reaches the end of the chain, the original nudge has been amplified by a total factor of 6. This is the core secret of the chain rule. Derivatives along a path multiply. We do not add the sensitivities, we compound them. Think of it like a series of magnifying glasses. If the first lens magnifies an object by 2 and the second lens magnifies that image by 3, the final result is a 6 times magnification. Each function in the chain acts as a local scalar, and the total derivative is the product of every individual scaling factor along the journey from start to finish. To see this in a more mathematical light, imagine 3 parallel worlds. When we move a point in the first world, it causes a corresponding movement in the second world, which in turn triggers a move in the third. It is like a relay race, where each runner passes a baton, but the speed of each runner is different. The chain rule tells us that the final speed of the baton depends on the product of the speeds of every runner in the sequence. In the real world, the sensitivity of a function often changes depending on your starting position. Think of a gear that is not a perfect circle, but an oval shape. As it rotates, it might push the next gear quickly at one moment and slowly the next. This means the derivative is not just a single number, but a function itself. The chain rule still works perfectly here. We simply multiply the specific local sensitivities that exist at the exact moment the signal passes through each stage. We can also visualize the chain rule as fluid flowing through pipes of different widths. If the first pipe narrows, the water must speed up to maintain the flow. Think of it like a garden hose with multiple nozzles. The total increase in speed from the beginning to the end is the result of every individual constriction. Each constriction is a derivative, and the total flow rate is their combined product. The chain rule is the master key for understanding any complex system where one thing leads to another. Imagine a massive factory assembly line where a small delay at the very first station ripples through every subsequent machine. By understanding the chain rule, we can pinpoint exactly which part of the process is most sensitive to change. It allows us to calculate how a tiny adjustment in the initial input will transform the final output, no matter how many steps lie in between. Not all steps in a chain are equal. Some functions might barely change the signal, while others act as massive amplifiers. Think of a volume knob on a stereo system. If you turn the knob a little, but the internal amplifier is set to maximum, the sound level explodes. Identifying these high sensitivity points is crucial for understanding where the most significant changes in our system are actually coming from. So, we have seen that the chain rule is essentially a story of multiplication. We find the sensitivity of each individual step and multiply them together to find the sensitivity of the whole. Whether it is a train of gears, a series of magnifying lenses, or fluid flowing through varying pipes, the logic remains the same. The total change is the product of every local change. This simple multiplicative relationship allows us to navigate through even the most complex nested functions with ease. Mastering the chain rule means you no longer see nested functions as a confusing mess, but as a clear path of flowing information. You now understand that every complex change is just a series of simple, multiplicative steps. If you found this mechanical perspective helpful, consider exploring our other deep dives into the geometric world of calculus. Keep looking for the physical stories behind the symbols, and we will see you in the next exploration of the beautiful machinery of mathematics. Subscribe to see more complex math concepts explained through simple mechanical systems.